We are riding on the trolley.
It's nice. It's like a train theme of like lake hotels.
This thing got a little speed to it.
It's faster than I thought it would be. Yeah. But the numbers go, it goes bigger. Oh, I guess it goes on like a clock. All the way.
So that little device is called the fare register. As a conductor, what I am supposed to do is every time I collect a fare, I would actually pull out a little rope and that would tick the number up. Unfortunately, on the older cars here, we're not 100% sure which ones work and which ones don't all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. You never know. They are purely mechanical.
Does it just, are you trying to get it exact, or is it a gauge for how many people are on it?
It's just a general tally for today. So once the car returns back to the car house, you would know how many passengers have ridden over the course of the day.
Yeah, I think so.
We're gonna make that a new
Off on the right road is the old Maryland and Pennsylvania Roundhouse. This will be the future site of our new museum complex.
Second car stops.
I think this is the first one.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is actually as far as we go with these kind of cars. We don't go into the loop because of all the stress on these types of cars. We probably will go into the loop. My name is Aye Fabi. I am a volunteer here at the museum. And the first thing I want to do is to thank you for your time. Thank you for spending the time here with us this afternoon. We will run cars like this and the PCC car every 20 minutes, every half an hour, 2 hours a day, and you are free to ride as much as you want. So this car is what we call an open car, and it speaks for itself. This is car 554, used in the summers around the turn of the century. Think of it. This car would have been full of people all dressed in suits. Ladies, you would have had flowing skirts and petticoats and boots on in any type of weather, even in the summer. This car was built by the Proud Elm Company of St. Louis. had to have a set of cars like this for the summer. And then you had to have a separate set of cars. Except for the motorboat. The motorboat faced the elements all the time. Those days. That wasn't efficient, having two sets of cars. So the evolution was, they developed what were called convertible cars. Those were cars like this, but they had windows. You could take the windows out in the summer and put them back in the winter. Now, think about the logistics of this. You had a window here, and you had 9 screws on one side, 9 screws on the other side. You had about 9 windows on one side, another 9 windows on the other side. And you had 150 cars.
Jeez. Golly.
So, you might say, well, maybe it was cheap then, but still, it wasn't efficient. Besides, it won't necessarily fit back over there because they warp slightly, and when you take out a window, it needs to go back. So, there were those logistics. So that was definitely an issue. Take a look at some of the things in this car. The light fixtures were typical of the turn of the century. That's what we would see. The yellow glass was there for a reason, because this ran a yellow line. So consider this: if you were an immigrant and you couldn't read signs, or possibly couldn't read signs, but you knew that the yellow line would get you from where you were to where you wanted to go. All you needed to look for was yellow glass. And you just jumped it out. Small
Makes sense.
glass or blue glass, as the case may be. Any questions that I can answer?
The like pull down curtains, is that a retrofit then, or is that for?
So that was just basically for the sun. It didn't do very much for the elements like rain or snow. But that was just for the sun. And we urge people actually not to pull them down because they are there is this cord here, and the thing is, what would you think it was for?
Stopping the train?
So you're right, but I heard somebody else say to me that you know about the next stop. Well, only the conductor knows this. This is really for communicating between the conductor and the road. You will notice that when we move either down, the conductor gives me 2 bells, and I respond with 2 bells. That's how we talk back and forth. If you, as a customer on a trolley, wanted to signify that you wanted to get up in the next stop, there were buttons on the side. If you actually pull this around the turn of the century when these cars were used, reliable to last thing is, I wonder if you noticed coming this way that the car was rocking back and forth. So the reason for that is that this particular car has one truck, and it's in the middle of the car. So you're balancing on that truck as you look down the line. Now in the next car that you get onto, the PCC car, it has 2 cars, one in the front and one in the back. And you notice that the light's entirely different. So, any other questions for me? Okay, now I have a question for you. So, how many of you have gone to a restaurant and ordered, and on the menu you ordered a pulled pork sandwich?
Oh?
I see several people nodding their heads. Can you hazard a guess where that name came from?
No idea.
It was a cheap
So a
sandwich.
little story, and this will be for your next dinner party. There was a strike of motormen and conductors in yours. I think it was slightly this side of the 20th century. And there was a restaurateur who was very nice, and what he decided to do was to make sandwiches that basically crisp baguettes with fried seafood. And he allowed the motormen and strike, the conductors on strike, come and have free lunch. And at the time, the motormen and conductors were referred to as those poor boys. And so the sandwich got the name Poor Boys then.
Ah, okay. Poor boy.
Okay, if you wouldn't mind standing up before I get back to the seats here.
To make things easier, before we do anything, let's start with what is termed the front of the car. That way, as we transition towards the back, everyone will be able to sit down. As we flip
Too late. We halfway there. So we flip the seat. Flip the seat and we're finna head back.
In other words, wait till I get out before you.
We had already flipped the seat before he could even get started. So
next row. Typically, this would be done without passengers on board, but we don't really want to ask you guys all to get off just to do this. Alrighty, and we'll be back underway. Once again, folks, please remain seated and keep all arms, legs, and elbows at all times. Dispatcher requesting clearance to return back to North Avenue Loop. Over.
That's the break. That's the break he's releasing.
WBEF 242 out. Stop ignore copies out.
I'm going to stop at the little building over
Where's that house?
So, ladies and gentlemen, the decrepit building that you see here, this was the terminus of the Ma and Car Railroad. I think they went defunct about 1958, 1959, something like that. They had, this is where they kept their steam engines, and they had a line that went from here all the way to York, Pennsylvania. It sort of meandered and went to York, Pennsylvania. The decrepit building that you see on when we are heading out on your right was also part of the line. That's where they loaded their freight. When they went defunct in the late 50s, they gave the building to the city of Baltimore. And as you can see, the city of Baltimore was not a good steward.
nope, not at all.
They stored salt and salt spreading equipment here, and of course did no maintenance to the buildings. So what we are doing is I think we are arranging for a long-term lease, and then we are going to work on this building. It's going to be a long project, maybe a 5-year project.
Jeez.
And this will be where our visitor center will be eventually. Once this is restored, we will have pieces of equipment in each of these bays. It won't look like this at all. It'll look more like the B&O Railroad if you've been there. And pieces of equipment that we don't use, we will store here. There will be a new barn that will be on the side of the building, and that's where we will store pieces of equipment like this car that we do use. And we'll still be using the same line. I've heard that the project is going to be anywhere from $18 million to $30 million, something like that, for this restoration. But fun things to happen over the next couple of years. And if for any reason you have absolutely deep pockets and money that you have no idea what to do with, we do accept donations.
Alternatively, if you happen to have a checkbook on you, we'll be happily accepting any donations.
I left mine in the bag.
Yeah, the bridge back here is actually an old bridge from Maryland, Pennsylvania.
Lumber Street Bridge.
Yeah, there's a bridge.
What's the name?
Lumber Street.
Lumber Street.
From down in the Inner Harbor. I don't remember that well.
I don't remember where that bridge was used from Maryland, Pennsylvania, but I knew it was part of that line.
Alright folks, so what our motorman is doing real quick is he's changing the track switch. With these older cars, we don't typically, as he mentioned earlier, at the end of the line, we don't typically put them through our turnaround loops. So we're actually just going to go straight ahead into the yard and then you'll offload in there. The next car we'll be running is that white and orange car that you see in
The
front of
Cadillac
us,
on wheels.
built in 1947 for Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. That will be our next car running today. Got one more switch to change. The way those switches are being changed is by way of what is called a switch iron. If you all look towards back here, what I am holding is a switch iron. It is essentially a giant metal pry bar that would have been used back in the day to simply change switches that were embedded in the street.
Huh. They're right behind me, Sparky. They sit behind me.
All right, folks, watch your step as you disembark the car.
If you have any questions, we're around to answer.
Use the railings as you step off.
20 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour. But not like these.
Well, just because that left here.
Gas.
This left.
Left.
Isn't it?
What is that control?
That controls rheostats that get involved. So there are a bunch of rheostats in there.
Yeah.
And they're aligned more and more on the circuit. It gives it more power. So almost like a diesel electric train where you have different points of power. It's the same thing here. It's got about 5 points in it.
How long did it take you to learn how to drive?
3 months.
Is it fun to drive?
Now the problem is having to type a trolley is before. So
Yeah.
you have to learn.
Yeah.
Fluent on them all though?
I can drive about 5 or 6 different ones. Got a lot of that. If you are interested in a tour of the garden, please let me know, and I will see if I can facilitate you.
Yeah.
Definitely the barn.
Driving that open air car was like that.
I'll just tell you, there are real things. Okay. Yeah, and it cuts more and more of them into the circle. It takes them to the circle. So that you have more power. Yeah.
So the way you were designed, you have essentially 8 points of notches. With each notch you take, the less resistance you have on the motor.
So you're taking a rheostat out.
So the more you turn it, the more resistance on the.
No, the more you go, the less resistance.
Okay, okay, I got you. And then the brake is like a chain brake that locks. Yes. Yeah.
You can see the chain right there. And all it does is it pulls pads against the wheel.
Yeah. Gotcha. Nice. Nice. You want to get on the Cadillac with on rails? Cadillac on rails. I like that. It's got an AC unit. That's
We already did one trolley. We gotta get on another one.
the 1977 Cadillac Deuce. Double Deuce. I got Sparky here, guys. Sparky's in here. Georgia Sunbelt is in here, and Curly is in here.
Oh, gee.
Everybody's in there.
Pretty much. Say hey,
you're a
Sparky.
half hour before Curly goes live.
There he is. Hi, you. Sparky responded.
All right.
So there's Ray. There's John Diddley. There's Tom Grassi. There's Joe Rader. I saw Mason earlier. There's Mason and Ron down there on the end. So say hello to Sparky. He's in the live chat.
Oh, hey, Sparky. How you doing?
And Georgia Sunbelt. Yeah,
Would have been nice, but I understand.
he should have been here. He should, well, he got to work, but I can understand that.
Gotta pay the bills, right?
Gotta pay the bills.
That's what I said until I said I got vacation time.
Yeah.
Shoot. So, he said if we wanted to have a tour of the garage, let him know. Today was his only day off.
No.
Honeybee, come on.
I
Come
thought he
on.
was working like 6 days a week.
Whoa! Come on, man. Leave me alone. God dang, Honeybee.
6 days a week and no exceptions.
And no exceptions, yeah. And I just did, 4 weeks? Almost 33 days. Almost 32, 33 days. We're going to see a train come?
That's probably Amtrak.
That's not Amtrak. That's
maybe coming over the
On
bridge.
side, not the bridge.
All right.
Kinda that way.
Finally.
Here.
I hear it, but I don't see it.
No, that's coming across the bridge.
There it is.
Barely.
Yeah, we're on the wrong side of the bridge. Damn, he's on the far side.
I went over to the far side. Turned. Crazy train, man.
We cannot run when they're running, so we cannot run under them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So y'all communicating with CSX?
Not really.
Not really?
Sometimes they tell us when they're coming, but not always.
Okay.
We just know as soon as we hear them, we can.
What is the reason for that?
So this little building here is our power station.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, train stopped here. There was a helper behind that had problems. So what they did was that had problems, so they just brought another train, put it on the front, and started pulling.
And that's when they decided to say hi to us.
Yeah, and then the train just went over the tracks.
Oh my.
Oh, god
demolished
dang.
that building.
wow.
So since then, we never run under when they're running.
And very understandable.
Yeah.
Very understandable.
They did rebuild that. That's brand new. They rebuilt that for us.
Oh, CSX paid for all the damages?
Yep.
Well, that was nice of them.
But these things could be 2 miles long sometimes, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, about 2 weeks ago I caught one in Texas where I'm from.
Yeah.
And it was a 3-mile train.
3 mile train.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy. I believe that's the end there, no?
Nope. Oh, we ain't close to the end. This CSX, they like to run 2 trains, 2.5 miles long.
Well, so doesn't everybody else. Like,
Yeah.
do the whole train, which should be good enough.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I said, oh, you know what? It's bad. They're back in business.
That's what Scale Trains came out with. The new rail box, the gas techs, box cars.
It's sitting at my desk at home. I'm like, oh, that's. Yep.
What type of carriage do you have?
I got a Whistler 1010.
That's not what I have. I'm trying to remember the one I have.
Got a unit?
Unit. Yeah.
So they don't stop on this bridge on no more either, correct?
Well, they're not supposed to.
Ah.
The one that did stopped because he couldn't help it. You know, he didn't have any more power because the power on the end, just went out.
What is those on that I call it the Cadillac on rails? What is that scraping on the rails down there on the base of the?
So, the gentleman who knows all about this and told me once, it's some kind of a magnet, I believe. And I forget what it's there for. I will try and find out and let you know.
I wonder, does it help with generating more electricity? Grounder?
It's not a grounder. I don't want to misspeak, so I will find out for you.
Okay, great. Cause I saw y'all taking it out, and I just heard this scraping. I'm like, what is that? There's the end.
That looks like the end. Yep.
It wasn't that long.
Probably a local.
Local.
Okay.
The juice train used to run real close to us on the section east of here, over in Perry Hall, Whitemarsh. My brother and I, after my dad passed away, I would take him and we would just sit down there at the tracks and we would watch the trains fly by. I mean, and that juice train, when it went through that section, it was freaking moving. I mean, it was flying.
Well, you know, that train got cut down over the years.
Yeah, I know it did.
Because years ago, I used to see it too. And now it's usually, it's like 2 trains
So
or one
how
and a
many
half. It's probably
Yeah,
like
it's
maybe
pretty
20
much
cars.
kills the juice train.
Yeah, I used to catch that all the time. These trains
I could watch that when I go down to see mom and dad in Florida.
He wants. Is these the Trollies boxcar Jerry walks on?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the
Dwight.
wooden ones back there.
Yeah, the wooden one's back here.
The ones he does.
In the building. Yeah. Oh, so he does work here. Volunteer.
He volunteers down here as well as the one up in Philly.
Damn.
Boxcar
Oh,
Jerry.
yeah, Jerry. Yeah, I know he's done work down here.
Yeah. He's done a lot of.
Yeah, he does an awful lot of woodwork for him.
Septa.
Yeah. He was down. What was it? Last October?
I have one brother.
Yeah, I
but
think
no,
so.
it has-
Yeah.
What's the motive?
Yeah. It was last October he came down. Yeah. That was the first time.
He came over the house once.
Yeah, it was the first time he had seen the BNN.
Yeah.
So we actually have the Ray Rayville show right now. It is Sunday, but I don't know if it was your day tonight. It is your night show.
He's got to get home in time to do the show tonight.
Oh, we gonna get.
I got John number 2 on standby. Yeah, I got John number 2 on standby in case I don't get back in time. Since I took his the first of the month, I was like, you know what, hey. The thing of it is I was like, well, hey, wait a minute, if him and I switched, since I took the first Sunday of the month, if he took this one, he'd be doing back-to-back shows.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you gotta fly.
So a lot of the ice cream.
We ain't gonna see that one anymore.
We had a real bad during the pandemic. Oh, man, it was
Well, I'll tell you what, the house that they're building up the street from me, when they bought all the little framing lumber in and Choice and everything, they were covered. I don't know where the hell that lumber came from, but it was covered in those damn things.
Yeah, them things had people literally running down the street. You know?
So they done migrated them here.
Yeah, it's out in a heartbeat.
So they don't. Like I said, they done.
To be honest, I don't mind them as much as I do the freaking stink bugs.
It's like black.
Freaking stink bugs.
Oh, yeah. And you can't kill them with anything.
No.
No.
If you do, you stink the same
Yeah.
way they do.
Yeah, the wife sucked quite a few of them with a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
Nope.
Jack tried eating one of them.
I do that with the bees when they get in the shed. I can hook up the vacuum cleaner and just suck them up.
Okay, ladies and
He
gentlemen,
couldn't find his turtle cooking.
and when you get back, there will be a tour of the barn.
Okay.
That'll come after that, right?
All right. We're finna get on the Cadillac on rails.
Yep.
I don't know the name of it, but I just call it the Cadillac on rails because it Cadillac on rails. So was this trolley shipped in from overseas?
I'm sorry?
Was this trolley shipped in from overseas?
St. Louis.
Came from St.
Louis, yeah.
Okay.
And it was run in Philadelphia
Videos last night. Guess what?
for quite a while,
Uh huh.
and then they were getting rid of all of them. I think we bought
And-
it for $200,
Gosh.
and then
I just need to build me a rail system and put one on there for $200.
well,
No, but-
refurbishing it took $70,000.
God, never mind. Never mind.
Close to get it here.
And then and then refurbishing it. Did it take y'all a long time to get the parts?
So you see the building over there?
Uh-huh.
That decrepit building. That's our machine shop. So
Huh.
anything we need, we make it there. Because
Oh.
Get parts.
you can't get parts for these things.
I didn't know that was I thought it was decrepit building that y'all wasn't using.
It used to be the mom and pa freight station.
Freight
Okay.
station.
Yeah,
exactly.
okay.
But we like people to think that way. There's nothing there.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's hundreds of thousands worth
Oh,
of equipment
yeah.
in there.
That makes sense.
So
That
Jack, so that's the actual 13 that's running today.
okay.
That's what they look like. We don't use the 15 is the only route in Philadelphia that still uses those.
Oh, okay.
So the third, so it's actually 5 lines that still use the 10, 11, 13, 33, and a 36. I mean, 34
So that's
and a
the
36.
new and that's the old
Yeah.
13. Okay. All right. Makes sense.
LRCs by Kawasaki.
Kawasaki? Hasechashi?
Kushishumbis.
Jack, it was good meeting you.
You finna
In real
leave?
life, I'm gonna head out. I
All
got
right,
my buddies
man.
up in Timonium. I'm gonna help them tear down.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
a rail fan, you guys on this thing. So
All
out the
right.
window as you go by.
Okay.
Good seeing you, man. Enjoy your birthday, man. Rest up.
Oh yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you.
You want me to sing to you? Now let me get on the.
Tokens of transfer. Yeah, you're all good, sir.
All right. Ah, yeah.
All right. Tokens of transfer. You're all good, sir. No, I don't get you. Okay, thank you. No problem.
All right, guys. Y'all make sure y'all say happy birthday to Mason. All right, man. You take care. You're like riding a bus on wheels, on rails, I guess.
Okay, my Christmas lights. Yeah.
How big's that? Yeah.
Ready? Museum. For those of you who joined us on our previous trip, welcome back on board. I will be your operator for this trip. For your safety, please remain seated at all times. And again, when the next please refrain from sticking any arms, limbs, or anything else that could possibly come up with us inside the car at all times. That said, we'll be underway.
Does remind me of us.
Yes, I agree.
And we're moving.
It's like a lot longer inside than the seats.
It's amazing the difference in technology.
Yeah, the start every time.
There's streetcars that you can't believe where else.
I rode a street, well, I guess a trolley and a streetcar are the same thing, aren't they? 'Cause I rode the little trolleys in New Orleans. But those aren't streetcars, are they?
We're back at the roundhouse.
Have you been on the San Francisco ones? It's fun.
Say what?
Alan's right over there.
Oh, okay. There's Alan again.
Wow, why did I down here so fast?
Oh, this one turns around. So
But not too far. Oh my god.
You don't want to go take that really old thing.
is that a track tapper?
Right, welcome to 28th Street. We're at the Baltimore Street Car Museum, 128th Street. When we're down here on Falls Road, or essentially in line with 28th Street, up on the Delta, so we call it that. My name's Anthony. I'm your operator for the strip. Baltimore Street Car Museum was founded in the late 1960s with the ultimate goal of preserving Baltimore streetcar history. Although the car you're riding on is not from Baltimore, it represents a large number of cars that Baltimore would have rostered later in the streetcar era. This is what is called a PCC streetcar, PCC standing for President's Conference Committee. The ultimate goal of the committee was to design a new streetcar that was standardized, modern for its time, and also to keep up with the growing use of automobiles and buses in North American cities. The result were these streamlined cars which could accelerate much faster than the older cars back in the day, and overall revolutionized freight railway transportation. This car in particular was built in 1947 for use in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and it would operate there up until the early 2000s. This proved that this design of cars, you cannot kill the streetcar with this. It bred car enthusiasts on the car. This is essentially the Crown Victoria of streetcars. But yeah, this car came to Baltimore because of a group called the Friends of the Philadelphia Trollies. They are a nonprofit dedicated to the preservation of cars from the Philadelphia area. This car was their first restoration they've ever done, and needless to say, they've done a wonderful job doing it. Also, another car that came by way of the Friends of the Philadelphia Trolley is a snow sweeper yacht, number C-145. That was a Philadelphia snow sweeper, which also came down here and was restored over the pandemic break. While everything was closed, they figured, why not just do something productive? The line we're running along, for those of you who aren't on our Baltimore, who clearly have done a great job of taking care of it. As such, it has fallen into the state that you see it in today. Now, how did we get here? Well, they used it for salt storage. During the winter months, you would see many snowplows coming in to refill on salt, road spray, what have you, spray across the city of Baltimore. That has taken a toll on the roundhouse, but thankfully, it is soon to be eligible to be put on a, I believe, the National Historic Landmarks Register or something like that. One of those registers. So it will be eligible for federal funding and grants. That said, we are committed to our museum visitor center here. So that will be a project of its own in the millions. So if any of y'all have a checkbook on you, I'll have to take it as we start later. But if you want to learn more about the project, we do have a small little panel back at the visitor center talking about it. But if you have questions, don't be afraid to ask. And back underway.
You know, they all have their own bench. Right above the benches around lunch. The oldest is
There's Alan. All right, guys, I'm gonna end this, and then I'm gonna come back with video from live video from the garage where everything is stored and repaired. So until then, I'll be back, guys. Bye.